here is my game, and I played e4, I had white, he played e5, knight f3, knight f6, bishop b5. Of course I play a lot of different openings, and this is good. You should do this practice, because if you play a lot of openings, then you will increase your knowledge and experiments in many other positions. Knight f6, this is Berlin defense, and this defense became very popular when Kramnik managed to beat Garry Kasparov on World Championship match. Short castling, knight e4, and here I used to play d4, this move. I played plenty of games with this computer, and here for some reason he sacrificed the piece. He captured here on d4, rook e1, d5, knight takes d4. Now we are threatening to capture on c6 twice and create a double attack. So bishop d7, bishop takes c6, b takes c6, and f3. We use the pin and we will win the knight on e4, right? He played c5, knight b3, c4, knight d4, and he never played this move. But if he plays something like that, then we will capture the knight. C takes d4, e takes d5. He has one good move. Yes, this is one good move on e7, but after that we can use the pin again. We can play d6 and we will capture a piece. For that reason he didn't play c5, probably he calculated in 1 second, and he used to play f5, but we can capture the piece immediately. D takes c4, knight c3, c5, knight b to d5, bishop e6, bishop f4. We are threatening the double attack on c7. Usually it captures my queen. Rook a takes d1, king f7, king f2, bishop e7, and after knight d5 white have winning position, and I used to win some games like that. And if the programs play e5, then you can use this strategy in order to win it easily. However, during this game I forgot about my move and I just played rook e1. Whoa, and this is something different, and we have a totally new position. And here computer played f5. Okay, d3, I kick away the knight in order to attack through the line. Knight d6, bishop takes b6, bishop takes c6, d takes c6, knight e5, and bishop e7. This is a good move because he tried to block the line. And knight c3, what else to do? If you don't see an immediately attack, then you should continue develop your pieces, right? And here computer played something strange. Of course anyone here will castle short. This is a very normal move, but probably because we set the thinking process only in 1 second, he played this strange move, knight to f7, and this destroyed his castling, and he played f5 as well, so his castle position and his king position is not secure. Of course I capture there, knight takes f7, king takes f7, queen h5 check, and now the king have some problems. He can play g6 and weaken all the black square around the king, or he played this move, king to f8. In similar situations you have the advantage, of course, but you cannot immediately win, right? I cannot see a forcing way to win right now. And in similar positions you should develop your pieces. So bishop f4, very natural, bishop d7, and please remember to bring your last piece into action. And what is this last piece? This is rook a1, and for that reason I prepare to double the rooks on e line. Rook e2, king g8, rook a e1, bishop b4, and okay, I give another threat. This is a good move, bishop g5, queen c8, and here we have a very interesting position because all of white pieces are active, black's rooks are inactive in the corner, and we should do something about that, right? And my first thought was to give a check there to checkmate him immediately, right? But we cannot do that because he can capture here. We will capture on e8, queen capture, and rook takes e8, and finally we gave up all of our pieces and there is no checkmate. For that reason we should find another way to attack him, right? So the most powerful piece is the queen, and we should bring it again into the action. And for that reason I spot my bad piece and I played this move, queen h4. It's not good to go backward, of course, but we have a very clear reason. We would like to create an attack and bring the queen in the center, and similarly we are attacking the bishop. He captured here, and here is my first question: what are you going to do here with white? I hope you enjoy the video, and of course you are very welcome to subscribe in the channel. And most of the people will recapture here the bishop. This is totally natural, very good move. However, I have another idea. Okay, I can give an intermediate check, right? He cannot block here with the bishop, because if he plays something like that, then we can capture here. And if he dare to capture the rook, then we can deliver this nice checkmate. And if you spot one checkmate in your variations, this is very, very good. For that reason he cannot block, and of course he goes there. Here again we have the same dilemma. We can capture the bishop on c3, either with the pawn or with the queen, but we have another check on e7, and we drive the king again in the center, in the most vulnerable position, because the king there doesn't have the cover of his pieces. And now again we can capture the bishop, but once again we have a discover attack, right? Because the bishop is not attacking this rook on e2, but the other on e1. For that reason we can give a check. And my first thought was to go there on d6 and attack the king, but after a while I say, okay, I'll play in most safe square on c5. This is a check, right? King d8, and here again we can capture the bishop, of course, but as you can see, black pieces are in the first rank, in the 8th rank, the queen, the rooks, the king is not standing well, and something is here, isn't it? Because we are very, very close to deliver checkmate, and for that reason I found the best move, and I played queen f7, and I'm threatening checkmate in one move, queen e7 mate, right? And here I had foreseen that if he played something like that, bishop f6, then I can give a check with a bishop, and he is forced to capture then there, and I will deliver the checkmate. For that reason he cannot play this move, bishop to f6, he cannot save the bishop, and I was very happy. I didn't know how he will defend himself, and I was thinking here that I will win easily. We have 20 moves, this is a short game, I'll be pleased to show it to you, and it's very nice. But suddenly computer played queen b8, and things are not very simple again, because I can give a check here, for example on e7, but he can go on e8, and things are not very clear, and I missed something. Can you find the best move here for white? And during the game I played bishop e7. This is a good move, okay, we are winning as well, but the best move here is bishop f8, a fantastic move, because we are threatening checkmate on e8, and there is no obvious way, there is no way for black to stop this checkmate idea. But I give this check, he goes here on c8, and I played now bishop f8, right? And I'm threatening again the same checkmate, and I have the feeling that I'm winning. But, and I foreseen, of course, after b6, if he tried to escape with the king, we can give this check, king b7, we can capture the queen, intermediate check, and after that we will recapture the bishop, and white's position is totally winning. But he played bishop f6, okay, rook e8, and here I was thinking that he will play something like that, bishop takes e8, rook takes e8, bishop d8, and after this dominant move, queen e7, we are winning, right? She can sacrifice the rook here, but we can deliver checkmate, and she cannot escape again, because we will capture the bishop. But you may feel it, or you may seen it during your games, that your opponent is not cooperating with you, right? And he didn't capture the rook, of course, he played this move, bishop d8. Again, I didn't find it, I didn't guess his move, and here I wasn't able. If you didn't spot a move of your opponent, then you may be confused, and you may lost your thinking process, and here I lost a forcing checkmate idea. Can you find the checkmate in 4 moves? I wasn't able to find it, and the checkmate is like that, rook takes d8, king takes d8, rook e8, bishop takes e8, and I stopped here. I stopped calculating here because I didn't know that this is a checkmate, but we have check on e7, we force the king to go away, and after that we will capture the bishop, and this is a fantastic checkmate. We sacrificed 2 rooks in order to prepare to deliver this nice checkmate picture, and I didn't find it, and I captured here on g7. This is okay as well. White is winning. We have fantastic activity. He captured here. Of course, I should not capture the rook because he will play this move, bishop g6, and we are a piece down here. We have some compensation, but black may survive here. And I capture here. He captured on f8, the very dangerous piece. Queen takes f8, and again I feel very nice because I'm attacking the bishop, and there is no obvious way for me on how to defend. And suddenly computer played this move, king d7. Once again the king rang in the center, and I'm that close. I was that close to deliver a checkmate, but I wasn't able to do it. I give a check. Again I had the feeling that I'm winning, right? Check, king d6, another check, king c5, another check on f5, king b6, and now it's your position. What are you going to play? During the game I played this move d4, and I was happy, I was relaxed, I was waiting something like a6, and after that I can deliver a checkmate, but again I missed his defensive idea, and his defensive idea was a5, and suddenly I can give a check on f5, on c5, but he prepared a nice square on a6, and he can escape. For that reason, the best move here, I wasn't able to find it. It was b4, and after a5 we can deliver this intermediate check on c5, king a6, and queen a5 mate. I missed it. I hope you didn't miss it. And after that he played a5, as I told you, and here I should do something, and I give a check, of course, and I should do something in order to open my pieces and bring the rook in the play, because my rook is out of play now, and his king seems that he escaped. And if I play something like that, he can play b6, I can give a check, he can go there, and here the attack seems that is over. White have something here, have some initiative, but it's not very clear. And I played b4 in order to activate the rook. He captured here, I will recapture, and I was a little happy here because you can see his king is very squeezed, and after the maneuver rook e3 and rook a3 we can deliver checkmate, and unfortunately he cannot play bishop e7 or something. So he played b6 once again. Okay, I give a check, king b7, queen takes e6, and here I wasn't sure if he goes on c8 what I'm going to do. Of course I can play the most obvious move in the position, rook e8, and can you calculate here what is going on? It's a good exercise for you. Of course the most easy way to start thinking about something is this move, queen b8 and queen b7, and now white is winning. Can you find the tactic? Of course, rook takes d8, distracting the king, and he should capture here, and we will recapture the queen. And unfortunately for black, he cannot even capture the pawn because we have this double attack, and after the move goes we can capture the rook. But we have a more difficult variation, and I wasn't able to find the solution because of course you should foresee this all blindly, right? After rook a5 I can play this move, queen f6, but he can play this, rook d5, and around here I stop calculating because I foreseen I can give a check, he can go on d7, and I didn't spot the other good tactic. Can you find another tactic here? We have very strong blow, and the blow is this, rook takes d8, the rook cannot capture, the king is forced to recapture back, and we can secure the king. He's forced to go away on e7, and after that we will recapture the queen. I'm sorry I didn't manage to find it, it wasn't easy at all, but in any case the computer didn't play on c8, he calculated in 1 second, and for that reason he played this move, king a7. And now I played my move. I played rook e3. Okay, I was happy because he cannot play here on e7 the bishop, but he played queen b8. I give a check, and he goes back. And to be honest, thinking why this is equal, why this position is equal, and I say of course it's approximately equal because we can exchange everything and we have three powerful extra pawns, 3 pawns against the bishop. And I start feeling confident again because I can start rolling my pawns and I have chances. And the computer didn't play very well in the end game. He played c5, d takes c5, b takes c5, king f2. He gave this check. I don't know why. This is not very good check. g3, bishop f6, king f3. And for humans, it's very easily to understand that it's very important to put the king in the center and start rolling the pawns. But the computer cannot think in that way because he is calculating only variations and moves. He played another move. Both of these moves seems equal. Bishop c3 or king b7 seems equal to its eyes, but not humans. And every move he played, we improve our position, and now white have very strong initiative. King e4, king a7, g4, bishop d2, h4, bishop e1, h5, h6. He tried to block my pawns, but I have this breakthrough move, g5, h takes g5, g takes h5, h takes g5, f takes g5, bishop d2, g6, bishop h6. He managed to block our pawns, but here we have this king d5, we're attacking the pawn, king b6 and c4. And now we can run immediately to go on f7 and try to promote this pawn, but in the end game you should not be in hurry. Of course we can sacrifice the other pawn, the a pawn, a4, a5, in order to capture this pawn, and after that we can run again with the king. It's important not to give any counterplay in your opponent. King a5, he gave up the pawn immediately. I don't know why. King takes c5, probably he thought that he's losing in any case. King a4, king d5, king b4, c5, king b5, a4. I don't need my a pawn, I only need to push forward my c pawn. King a5, c6, king b6, king d6. He gave a check here. King b7, bishop e5, and as you can see here, the bishop is overloaded. And for my first time in the game, I managed to make this nice tactical blow to him, and I hope you find it. And the move is c7. I distract the bishop, and after that I play g7, bishop e5. I create a new queen, king c5, and of course here we have many ways to win the game, but the most simple is to pin the bishop, capture the bishop, and create a new queen, a5, and he can run for in one flank of the board, and we will push the other pawn. He goes on the king side, and for that reason I push forward my queen side pawn. King g5, a7, capture, queen a8, g5, and queen f3. This is very important. This is knight opposition. Imagine that the queen is a knight, and our goal is to restrict the enemy king. King g6, queen f4, king g7, queen f5, king g8, queen f6, king f7, queen g5, king h8, queen... No, don't do that. It's not good to go there, but we have the king in the corner, and we only need to go forward with our king. King e7, queen f7, king f7, king h8, and the final mate on g7. I hope you enjoy this video. You are very welcome to go and play with this computer, with this online game, and write in the comments if you manage to win it.